The promulgation of the Federal Capital Territory by General Murtala Muhammad in 1976 gave birth to the displacement of the tribes of Abuja.
We are so very angry with what the government is doing. The way the government is treating us, we are not happy. The government is treating us as if we are nobody, we are not from anywhere. More so, this place was found, our grandfather have died for long. This is where we belong to. This is where the government, the federal capital came and met us. And if the government is saying that they don't want us here, we cannot dispute with the government. We know that we are the government. Whatsoever the agreement the government has taken, we will abide, we abide with it. But let them change the place for us. Let them give us a befitted place, a Karmo. They gave them places and they told them they don't want them there. Go to Garki village. They build houses for them in Apo, befitted building houses.
The tribes of Abuja have been visited with different kinds of demolition exercises without prior notices and without adequate compensations made despite efforts made by them to notify the government of the legitimate occupation of their inherited land.
After several appeals of the Honorable Minister to the Honorable Minister of FCT, Abuja, Senator Bala Mohammed, on the vexed issue of wanton demolition of our houses and shops, with and without quit notices between Tuesday the 13th to Thursday the 15th May 2014 in Nyanya, in order to clarify certain facts as follows. 1. Nyanya, a suburb in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, is not a creation of recent time. Nyanya village settlement predated Mohammed Murtala conception and the creation of Abuja FCT of 1976.
The continuous demolition in the FCT has been in conflict with the early speech made on the creation of the FCT, which gave options to the tribes of Abuja to either stay within the Federal Capital Territory or be resettled outside the capital. The General Murtala speech stated that the few inhabitants in the area who need to be moved out of the territory for planning purpose will be resettled outside the area in places of their choice at government expense.
When our people we are relocated to Nasarawa State, we say we want to belong to Abuja. Now we are in Abuja. Everybody in every part of this Nigeria, they know Nyanya. And now they are trying to drag us. They have not provided place for us. They have not given us any compensation. Nobody have told us to move from this place.
Nyanya is one of the suburbs of the FCT and an early settlement of the tribes of the FCT, which has witnessed demolitions due to development. The tribes, however, say Nyanya is not captured as an affected area of demolition. The indigenes in Nyanya never moved and have not been told at any time by the authorities to move.
If we have been told to move out from this place, we wouldn't have having a chief today. This Nyanya is a ward. We have a councillor that represents Nyanya. If we were told to move, we wouldn't have gotten a slot of a councillor in Nyanya. We have the Hakimi of Nyanya today. We have all the chieftaincy title. If we were told to move from Nyanya, we wouldn't have all this chieftaincy title today.
Nyanya has enjoyed the presence of the government and is one of the first areas in the FCT that accommodated civil servants from the creation of the FCT. The strategic location of Nyanya is so significant. The concentration of civil servants in this area led to high casualty in the April 14, 2014 terror attack.
Nyanya is our ancestral home. We have no other place we can call our home. We are the natives of Abuja, the original inhabitants who resided in this place, Nyanya, before the creation of FCT. Nyanya has been ruled by over 11 village heads and came to its present location in 1957. The village head of Nyanya Isanye Danla di Iya.
The government justifies its action of demolition of homes and shops, which are the only claim of the indigents. Micah Jiba is the executive chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council and an indigene of the Federal Capital Territory. Nyanya falls in his jurisdiction of administration.
The FCT administration has awarded a contract which is going to lead from Nyanya to Karishi to Apo, from Karishi to Wasa community. And also, so soon the contractor will commence the job. Another road construction from here Nyanya to Jitatafu is going to Botan in Kaduna, where the traffic is going to be congested by the special grace of God. I believe if the work completed in this area mentioned, I believe the traffic will be okay in Federal Capital Territory.
The General Murtala's speech recognized the presence and occupation of vast land of the tribes of the FCT and the cost of compensation to complete resettlement of the entire existing population outside the territory and the planning implications of leaving a vast habitable land by the tribes, due to the enormous amount of money envisaged for the exercise. Bawa Daogbeyi Damfulani is the Madakin Karu, the second in command in hierarchy of the Council of Chiefs under His Royal Highness Chief Emmanuel Kyauta Yepui, the paramount ruler of Karu. Karu is one of the earliest settlements in the FCT. Bawa speaks of the plight of the tribes of FCT.
Many things have happened. There are good ones and there are bad ones, which favor the indigenous, and there are some which doesn't favor them. One, like a transportation area. In transport, there are many roads that have been constructed by the federal government and some by the state government, of which we are very, very happy with that one. But like hospitals, that in health department, we have no hospital in Karu. And how we claim that one. I know there's one at Nyanya, of which that one is not enough to the population which they have been amounted in Karu here. So we need more hospital. Especially like the one in Karu here, they are already constructed the house, let me call it a house, a structure. But there's nothing said. No medicine, no doctor, no workers. The Indians in Abuja here, they are all farmers. Let me call them like that. They are all farmers because 85% are farmers. And by the way that the federal government is collecting their lands, they have nowhere to go again and nowhere to farm. So they can't do okay without farming. The life was bitter to us before the creation of FCT. Because by that time, we have any disturbances like this, all this land swamping, what do they call it? That you should move from here and go to the other side. Go move from here to go to the other side. We don't have it. But now you are in your house. You see somebody who just come with a heavy paper. My friend, I have come here. This is my land. Who gives you? Given to him by the federal government. To you by the federal government. This is my house. I have been here for a long time. Since I was born, I was here. They will start to drive themselves and know where to go. If you go to the federal government will say, I will already give you the paper. Then how will you do as a peasant? You know what he said.
The creation of the FCT was to serve as the center of unity for Nigerians and a model. Consequently, the acceptance of Aguda Panel's recommendation in 1975 by the federal government, formally recognizing Abuja as the new federal capital, led to the promulgation of Decree Number 6 of the 1976 Constitution establishing the Federal Capital Development Authority. The decree charged the FCDA with the responsibility for planning, designing, and developing the Federal Capital Territory. David Aboki is an indigene of the FCT and a journalist. He says the FCDA has failed in its responsibility of integrating the indigenes.
Not at all, they've not met up to their responsibility, because when you look at the integration they've been doing, you could see the houses they build for the original inhabitant. Even some of them that are building those houses cannot even live in those houses. You could see they build a shallow room. They build what will I call it? They build houses that even them themselves cannot even live there. They can't even, their family cannot live there. Look at the houses I am talking about. Go to places like Army Scheme. If you can put up this kind of buildings, the naval quarters, put this kind of structure and give them lands that they can use tomorrow in expansion. Give them places they can farm tomorrow. But integration, you do it, you just carve maybe a 50 by 50 plot for someone or 50 by 20 for somebody, and you put a structure. He doesn't have a place to expand tomorrow. The children doesn't know where to build tomorrow. You don't call it integration, you call it nonsense.
The General Ibrahim Babangida's regime from 1985 to 1993 started the movement of the seat of government from Lagos to Abuja and finally made it official on 12th December 1991. Successive administrations have placed very high priority on making Abuja a reality with the introduction of different policies by the administration of the federal capital. These actions have been interpreted by the tribes of the FCT as a way of taking what rightfully belongs to them without recourse to the consequences that will follow.
For example, this paper is your own paper. I will tell you, give me this your paper, I will give you this my paper. How will you feel it? Will you feel all right? No. That's it. See, they are now collecting our land to give to another person, and then carry another land and give to us. What is that? Let those whom they want to put there, let them go to the other side.
The government has.
What I will say to the government, the federal government, let me call it like that. The federal government should come and construct those houses which they want to carry away those people to another place, and let them say to let them call it deposit. The only one to go and deposit them there. Let them repair that place, put roads, construct the whole the houses to them, so that anybody who comes to the house, you know that this is a house to so and so person, to the indigent. Simple. Leave them there. They are human beings like the other people. We are all human beings. God didn't say that this land belongs to so and so person. So, no, if this man comes, they should remove this man, carry him, go there. No. God give us land together. Now, the government is removing them from their own traditional area to another place different. What is there? They could ask them, you are the person living here in Napo? Yes. Okay, now, I will construct these places for you so that you live or still live here. Those strangers who come, they should go there. Because it's not appropriate to remove somebody from his own house and carry them. That is why, if you see a sinner inside his own house and put a stick to try and bite you.
Today, in a crooked way, the federal government have introduced something they call land swap, an exchange. When you look at the dictionary meaning of swap, swap means an exchange of something. So I don't know what the government want to exchange with the land. Is it the building? Is it the structure? The crooked way is that they bring in something that we cannot afford. First, it was urban renewal. They saw that the urban renewal could bring a problem. Now they said it is land swap. My question to the federal government is that what is land swap? When you mean swap, what are you swapping? Is it the land you are swapping or the building or the structure you are swapping? So that is what gets me confused every day of my life when I hear this word swap. The land is not my problem, but swap. What do you swap? Do you swap a car for a land or you swap money for a land? That is what I don't know. And that is why I feel and I strongly say that the government is using a criminal way of collecting this land from the original inhabitant, the aborigine of FCT, to themselves, to allocate to the politician, to allocate to people that had cheated us long before now. And I don't feel that land swap can be the solution to the original inhabitant in FCT.
The Federal Capital Territory covers an area of about 8,000 square kilometers with Bagi, Basa, Gana, Afo, Gade, Koro, and Gwandara. They are predominantly farmers, blessed with agricultural heritage where high yields of yam, millet, corn, sorghum, rice, and beans are produced with vegetation, mainly savanna, with limited forest areas and fertile farmlands surrounded with crystalline rocks. The federal capital city is planned to cover an area of about 250 square kilometers, while the rest of the territory of the city region covers about 7,750 square kilometers, a place of inheritance and farmland of the tribes of the FCT.
The lands today have been taken without any compensation. You could see the original inhabitants don't have anything to say about the land that has been taken. We don't have how do I put it? We have been neglected by the federal government. You could see somebody from the state have claim of ownership of his land, but you in the FCT today, you can't claim any ownership of the land in FCT, which it has been a problem, and I feel we've been cheated when you talked about land ownership in FCT. It's intentional, because when you look at where the federal capital has been sited before coming to FCT, you could see in Lagos. What we are seeing today in Abuja, I don't think they saw quarter of what we are seeing.
The Federal Capital Territory was carved out from Niger State, which contributed 79% of the land area and 71% of the indigenous population. Nasarawa State, the then Plateau State, contributed 16% land area and 21% population, while Kogi State contributed 5% land and 8% population. Kaduna State, which shared boundary, was also affected.
Before the coming of FCT, places like Karu were in Plateau, the then Plateau. Places like Garki were in the then Kogi, Garki, yes, they were in Niger. Other places were in Kaduna State. We from FCT, specifically the Gbagis, are not minorities, because when you go to places like Kaduna, you could see the Gbagis. You go to places like Nasarawa, you could see the Gbagis. Niger, Kogi, they are there. Boundary adjustment brought this problem to the original inhabitant. Apart from the Gbagis, other tribes that are in FCT are not even minorities, because one, like the Koros, like the Gades, like the Gana, like the Gwandaras, so on and so forth. From the few I could mention, you could still find these tribes in other states. That means we in the FCT, we are not from the minority. Boundary adjustment has made us to be the minority that they think, but I am telling you today that no tribe in FCT that are from the minority. We are from the majority.
While the tribes are unhappy with the development of the FCT, they are still in shock on their inability to have access to affordable healthcare system, water, and light. Zephaniah Gisalo is an honorable member of the House of Representatives in the National Assembly. He was twice the chairman of the Abuja Municipal Area Council. While he was the chairman of AMAC, he worked hard as an indigene with little resources to have his people liberated.
I came in, I had to work with the mega resources I was getting from the allocation and what I was generating as an internal revenue of the council. And I was doing, because when I came in, I said, issue of zero allocation is gone. Even if I have 1,000 naira, I utilize that 1,000 naira to service the people who elected me, my electorate. And that's what I was doing. Even at the month, if I have 1 million naira, 2 million naira, I know what that 2 million naira can give my people. And that's what I was doing. the challenges there. When people thought that I was doing this thing, people were writing so many petitions. There's money in AMAC, that's why I'm working. Even taking me to EFCC, taking me to ICPC, all these things were challenges. But I was encouraged that I should not be distracted. And I continue focusing. Even the EFCC staff were telling me I should not be distracted. It's part of building up. The ICPC staff were telling me I should not be distracted. It's part of building up. All these things, it's a check to see what I'm actually doing. Municipal area council is not a small, local government. It's a state. Let me say, municipal is a state on its own, because it carries every tribe. Every tribe is in Nigeria. They are in AMA. So, whenever someone finds himself in AMAC, you should know that he's ready for the challenges.
Though things have changed at a pace hardly matched by any other part of the country, the tribes have great expectation from the government. They want to be identified as true owners of the FCT, irrespective of its creation as the seat of government.
We, the original inhabitants of Federal Capital Territory, like I said, we need to be carried along. Abuja consists about 7 tribes. You have Bayi, you have Gwandara, you have Gede, you have Koro, you have Gana, you have Nupe, and so many of them. You have Basa. We are many. It's not only Bayi. Abuja is a unity city. We have not been compensated. We have not been compensated. And our prayer is that the federal government should change the use of land, so that we can occupy our land. In fact, if not because we want unity, and it has already been on our us that unity, we're supposed to take over our land in Maitama, because there were people that were living in Maitama. But today we cannot take it because people, we are already the building they have already developed that place. Even at Sokoro, people were living there. Bai people were there, Koro people were there. And that is why it's at Sokoro. For us, they should allow the federal government to allow us to take over our land, to take over our land. Today we have Niger Delta. They are giving them, they were not benefiting. For me, we from FCT were not benefiting from Niger Delta or anything or oil. Despite that, yes, the oil money, whatever the government transaction, the economy, well, they said, okay, they are coming to Abuja to invest in Abuja, but that is not enough. Abuja people, the original inhabitants, have not been adequately compensated.